Thank you, Mayor Hines. First off, let me thank y'all for giving us the opportunity to come out here. We appreciate meeting with y'all, presenting this presentation to you to kind of give you a view of what we have proposed for Tyler Water Utilities in fiscal year 16. And this is a presentation that we made to City Council back on June 4th in a special workshop. And hopefully it's a clear presentation. There we go. For those of you who don't know or may not be aware of it, Tyler Water Utilities is an enterprise fund operation of the City of Tyler. What that means is we operate as a business. We do not receive tax support. Tyler Water Utilities, both our operation and maintenance expenses as well as our capital improvements are funded through the revenue generated through the sale of water and the collection and treatment of wastewater. We have right at 33,000 water connections, water customers. We have 31,500 sanitary sewer customers. We maintain 694 miles of water distribution system, 633 miles of sanitary sewer mains, and we operate 4 treatment plants. 2 of those are water for the treatment and distribution of potable drinking water, and 2 of those are wastewater treatment plants. Our sources for water are, we have 2 different sources. On surface water, we draw water out of the Lake Tyler East system. I call that a system because while they're 2 separate lakes, they are connected by a channel, and we only have 1 pump station on the 2 lakes. We can draw 34 million gallons a day out of the Lake Tyler system. In addition to that, we have we take water out of Lake Palestine. We currently can draw 30 million gallons a day out of Lake Palestine, but we have the contract rights to bring another 30 million gallons, which would get us to an ultimate production capabilities out of Lake Palestine of 60 million gallons per day. One of the critical things about that is we are drawing water, our surface water is drawn from 2 drainage basins. Lake Tyler and Lake Tyler East are in the Angelina River Basin, and so we draw water out of that one, but we also draw water out of the Natchez River Basin. As you get further downstream, they become one river. They combine to become one river, the Natchez River, but in our area, they are 2 separate rivers, 2 separate drainage basins. So an impact in one drainage basin doesn't impact our sole water source. We're diversified on that. In addition, to the surface water, we have 12 deep water wells that are founded in the Carrizo-Wilcox Sand, and we can produce 8 million gallons of water per day out of those wells. It brings our ultimate total water supply to 102 million gallons per day production capability. That will, based on the planning efforts associated with the City of Tyler's comprehensive plans, that will meet the needs not only of the City of Tyler, but Smith County as a whole through the year 2084. Y'all may remember the drought back in 2011 timeframe when it was so hot, so dry, water was going down, lakes were all being depleted. Cities were scrambling to figure out where they were going to get water. Thanks to the planning efforts of our current and previous councils, we have a safe, secure water supply that will not only meet our needs for today, but well into the future. Tyler Water Utilities has a AAA bond rating on our senior lien debt. That is an amazing fact in and of itself. That's a better bond rating than the U.S. government has. We on our subordinate lien debt, we have a AAA plus. That is 1 step below the AAA bond rating. We envision that the implementation of the plan that we have laid out here today will position us to move our total bond rating to a AAA bond rating in the near future. Master planning is a key part of what we do. Back in 2007, as part of what was known as the Tyler 21 Comprehensive Plan, now it's known as Tyler First, we developed master plans for both the water and the wastewater systems. Those master plans look at not only the city of Tyler, but our 5-mile ETJ, and gives us the opportunity to plan what we need to do for the future. There were 51 water projects and 77 sanitary sewer projects identified as part of that master planning process. Here is a map that shows some of the projects that we have done. Now, I'm getting old, so I can't really read that, so I'm going to turn my back to you here for just a minute. But this map right here shows the projects that we completed between 2005 and 2009. There are 14 projects shown on here that total over $8.5 million. And you can see they're in various areas of the city. This is a map that shows the projects that we completed between 2009 and 2015. There are 33 projects that are shown on here that total over $27 million. The next map that I have shows another 34 projects totaling $8.1 million. The previous two maps are projects that we funded out of our capital budget. These projects shown on this map are 34 capital improvement projects that we funded out of the operations budget, not the capital budget, but the operations budget. And this last slide right here identifies 8 projects that we did between 2014 and 2015 that were not identified or not brought forth out of the master plan, the projects that popped up on the radar screen and needed to be dealt with. There are 8 projects totaling over $13 million here. One of these projects is the Lake Tyler Dam. As y'all may recall from reading the paper and watching the news, over the last couple of years we've done a rehabilitation project on the Lake Tyler Dam. That cropped up after our master planning efforts and was not included in any of our master plans. That project cost $10 million, total cost, design and construction. We were able to fund that project, as I'll speak to in a minute, out of cash reserves primarily and some bond money that we had, unused bond money that we had. How do we pay for these projects? Okay, first and foremost, the majority of the projects that I have just spoke about that are shown on those maps were paid for using cash generated from the sale of water and the collection and treatment of wastewater. Basically, they were funded out of our cash flow and our revenue stream. Another method that we use to fund projects for Tyler Water Utilities is revenue bonds. We use those to fund projects and groups of similar type projects that are anticipated to cost more than can be paid for directly with cash. A lot of the projects that Tyler Water Utilities undertakes are long-term in planning, but they're also very expensive projects. To build a water treatment plant is to build another 30 million gallon a day water treatment plant to utilize all the water available to us from Lake Palestine will cost $30 million. It's not possible to generate that much money to be able to pay for that kind of a project in a timely manner. So we do use revenue bonds as a source of cash. And then last but not least is a combination of the two. As I just said, the Lake Tyler Dam rehabilitation project that we did. We funded, it was a total $10 million project. We funded $6.5 million out of cash reserves and $3.5 million out of available bond funds. This one's a little hard for me to read in the back, but this is just an example of our 10-year capital improvement plan. I've been with Tyler Water Utilities for 20 years. 15 years ago, we maintained a 20-year capital improvement plan. But as we have moved forward with the Lake Palestine project, for which we did sell revenue bonds, the bond rating agencies asked us to cut that back.